Hello boys and girls, today we are on lesson 2.1, Organized Data, and we are on page 87 in your math books. So let's look at our essential question today, which is, how can you use a strategy, make a table to organize data and solve problems? So it looks like today we're going to make a table. Let's check out Unlock the Problem. The students in Alicia's class voted for their favorite yogurt flavor. They organized the day in this tally table, which is over here. So that making a bunch of tally marks right down here, that's going to be called then a tally table. How many more of something than something tells us we'll end up doing a subtraction problem. How many more students chose chocolate than strawberry? Another way to show the data is in a frequency table. A frequency table uses numbers to record data, numbers instead of tally marks. Okay, but let's look at our tally table first. We have vanilla, which has this little symbol right there means 5 plus 2 more, so vanilla has 7. Chocolate, again, this grouping here means 5 plus 3 more, that's going to be 8. And strawberry has 4. Okay. And again, we still need to focus on the question, which is how many more students chose chocolate than strawberry? All right, read the problem. What do I need to find? How many more students chose what than what yogurt as their favorite? And again, it was chocolate. How many more students chose chocolate? And I'm just going to abbreviate chocolate, C-H-O-C period. Then strawberry, and again, strawberry, I'm going to just abbreviate here because I will run out of room, I know. So I'll just put straw, knowing that it means strawberry. Okay, that's what we need to find. What information do I need to use? We need to use the data about favorite blank in the tally table. And so if we come up here and check out the title of the table, favorite yogurt. So that's what we're looking for, favorite yogurt. And we should be able to spell this correctly because it's in our book up at the top of the page. And then moving on down, how will I use the information? I will count the blank. Well, again, up here, we're looking at a tally table, so we are going to count the tallies. And tallies, T-A-L-L, we drop the Y, change it to I, add E-S to make it plural. You could write tally marks. I just wouldn't have room. All right, I will count the tallies. Then I will put the numbers in a frequency table and compare the number of students who chose blank to the number of students who chose blank. And again, we're comparing chocolate yogurt, C-H-O-C period, and strawberry yogurt. So again, I'm just going to put straw and abbreviation. Okay. So over here, we're going to make a frequency table now. We're not going to make a tally table like we have up here. We're going to make a frequency table. So the title of the table really much stays the same, really. Same with our headings. They stay the same. Only number instead of up here, we had tally. Again, we have a frequency table, so we're not making tallies. We're making numbers. Okay? All right. And then our categories are the same, so we have vanilla, just like we had up here, and then we also have chocolate and strawberry, so we need to include that as well. Chocolate, C-H-O-C, and I'm going to abbreviate, and same for strawberry, S-T-R-A-W. There's my abbreviation. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so now we have to count up the numbers. So we'll come back up here. I already counted them. And I wrote it down already, right? So I already wrote those numbers in. That's going to save me a little bit of time. I know we had 7 vanilla, 8 chocolate, and 4 strawberry. So I can come back here, 7 vanilla, 8 chocolate, and 4 strawberry. That's why when we looked at the tally table, I wrote the numbers down, because I know if I have to make a frequency table or if I need to add or subtract or do some other math, I don't have to keep counting the tallies. I can just look at the number. I count the tallies once and write it down. Okay, count the tally marks. We already did that. Record how many for vanilla. That was 7. Write the other flavors and record the number of tally marks, which I've already done. To compare the number of students who chose strawberry and the number of students who chose chocolate, we need to subtract, and we covered that over here, right up here, where it said how many more students chose chocolate than strawberry. Whenever we see how many more of something than something else, we know we are in a subtraction problem. So how many more students chose chocolate, which was 8, then strawberry, which is 4. So 8 minus 4 equals 4. So 4 more students chose chocolate as their favorite flavor. Why would you choose to record data in a frequency table? And again, a frequency table is this one right here where we write the numbers. The advantage of writing in a frequency table is that we don't have to count up tallies all the time. We can just look at the number, and it's much easier for us to solve problems looking at the numbers than counting up tallies all the time. All right, let's move over to the next page where we're going to try another problem. And if at any time you're feeling comfortable that you think you know how to do these types of problems, you can pause the video, work ahead, and then resume the video, which will then show you the correct answers, and you can kind of check your work that way. But if you do pause the video, make sure you resume so you can check the work to make sure it's correct. Try another problem. 2 classes in Carter's school grew bean plants for a science project. The heights of the plants after 6 weeks are shown in the tally table. And again, we look over here, we have tallies. The plants were measured to the nearest inch. How many fewer bean plants were 9 inches tall than 7 and 8 inches combined? So we have a few things going on here, okay? And we'll talk about that as we move along. What do I need to find? Well, whenever we see this question right here, it always relates to the question being asked. How many fewer bean plants were 9 inches tall than 7 and 8 inches combined? So I'm just going to circle that question and draw an arrow down here. This is my one time where I'll let you guys be a little lazy, where you don't have to write the whole question out. Just circle it and draw an arrow down to the section. What information do I need to use? Well, we need to know the height of the plants, right? That's what we're looking at. So we need to use the information for the height, H-E-I-G-H-T, of the plants. Okay, that's what we're going to use, height of the plants. And then the next question, how will I use the information? This is where we have to talk about our strategies. It does say how many fewer bean plants than that were 9 inches tall than 7 and 8 inches combined. So we know when we see fewer of something than something else, we will need to subtract, okay? But we also see up here, if I can get it in there, I'm going to erase a little bit. It says 7 and 8 inches, hang on, get a right pen, 7 and 8 inches combined. So that tells us we have to add the height of 7-inch plants, or the number of 7-inch plants, and the number of 8-inch plants. Whenever we see combined, that means add. So how will I use this information? We need to add 7, and here's an abbreviation for inch. Actually, not really an abbreviation, it's a mark. 7-inch and 8-inch. If I only did one of those marks, that would mean feet. If I do 2, that means inches. So we're adding 7 and 8-inch plants. That's the first thing we need to do. And then the other thing we need to do is then subtract, because it does say how many fewer bean plants were 9 inches tall, so we need to do some subtracting then. Subtract the 9-inch plants. Subtract 9-inch plants. Okay. We need to record the steps we use to solve the problem, but first we have to fill out this frequency table. So we're going to use the data from the tally table, and the title will stay the same, so we're going to put bean plant heights, and we have to be creative because we might run out of room. Bean plant. Am I going to be okay? No. Write it down here. Heights. So the title stays the same. Bean plant heights. Okay. Then this column right here, the heading for that column stays the same. Height in inches. So height in inches. All right, so I have the name of that column also. And then the other column here, it's a tally table, so they put tally. We're making a frequency table, so instead of writing tallies, or making tallies, we're going to write in numbers. So the heading is titled number. And I'm going to go a little outside the box, but that's okay on that one. Okay, so that is the one thing that does change so far in the frequency table compared to that tally table up above. Now, the height in inches, these guys right here, they will stay the same. So I can just go 7, 8, 9, and 10. I can go straight down to our frequency table and write 7, 8, 9, and 10, because the heights of those plants, that doesn't change. Now over here, in these boxes, this will be different. Oops, sorry about that. Those will be different. We're not making tallies. We're going to write in the number of plants that are that height. So let's take a look. We have, if we count these guys up, this is 5 plus 4 more, that makes 9. This is 5 plus 3 more, that makes 8. This is 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 2 more means we have 12. This is 5 plus 4 more gives us 9. So the number of plants that are 7 inches tall is 9. So we have to come down here. 7-inch tall plants, we have 9 of them. Let's look at 8-inch tall plants. 8-inch tall plants, we have 8 of those. 8 plants that are 8 inches tall. 9-inch plants, we have 12 of those. We have 12 plants that are 9 inches tall. And our 10-inch tall plants, we have 9 of those. So we have 9 plants that are 10 inches tall. Okay. So now we still haven't, all we've done is created our table. We haven't answered the problem, which we said we have to add the 7 and 8-inch plants together. So if I look at our 7-inch and 8-inch plants right here, how many of them are there? That's over there. We have 9 of them and 8 of them. So 9 plus 8 equals 17. We have 17 plants that are 7 inches tall and 8 inches tall. Now we have to subtract the number of 9-inch plants we have. So we have 17 minus, how many 9-inch plants do we have? We have 12 plants that are 9 inches tall. So 17 minus 12 equals 5. And so the question was, how many fewer bean plants were 9 inches tall than 7 and 8 inches combined? We have 5 fewer 9-inch plants. Nine fewer 5-inch plants. Okay. So let's look at the very last question here. It says, suppose the number of 3-inch plants, which they don't tell us how many there are, right? But this question, it's going to kind of make us figure out how many there are. Suppose the number of 3-inch plants was half the number of 8-inch plants. How many 3-inch plants were there? So we have to go up and look at how many 8-inch plants there are. And there are 8-inch plants. There are 8 of them. So if we have 8-inch plants, there we go, there are 8. So 3-inch plants, we want half of that amount. That would be 4. 4 is half of that, right? So we would have 4, 3, here I'm going to abbreviate the word inch by putting IN period, 4 3-inch plants. All right, boys and girls, that's our lesson for today. You will need to do share and show. Share and show is on the next page, page 89. There are 2 questions, question 1 and question 2. You also have a frequency table to fill out on that page. So make sure you do questions 1 and 2, and I will check it when you are done so you can move on with your assignment. Have a great day, boys and girls. Do your best, work hard, persevere. As always, this is Mr. P, and I am out.